that I'm going to say, does she have camera footage of me doing that?
She doesn't need it. I mean, she might need it in court, but I don't need it here and now.
Not to take her complaint, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So to take her complaint, you don't need it. And you can say, hey, Drew, she said you did this. What did you do? And I'll tell you what I did. And then I'll give you my side, and then I'll probably file a complaint against her. It's tit for tat, then you start playing the whole game. And then you've got a decision to make. You've got a guy here with a camera that's telling you, I've got it on camera what I did. I know exactly what I did.
Would you show me everything that you filmed? If I showed up and asked you, hey, let me watch the last 30 minutes of your footage.
No, I'd tell you exactly what it was, and if you chose to believe me and not make a mistake,
but would you let me watch it?
Once I was done filming it, and once I'd completed my...
Because you won't even tell me your last name, right?
Right now.
So the fact that you've got it recorded...
I'll tell you right before we leave.
Doesn't mean...
I'll tell you right before we leave, because I'm not trying to be difficult.
Because you're not going to show it to me. Well, I don't care if you've got a camera. I'm sure there's cameras
because what I'm going to do is... But here's what I'm saying is, you take her complaint, you hear my side of the story.
Hey, was that a call that we need to go to?
I believe so.
You better run it.
All right. Was it?
But at that point, then under the law, you have the authority to require that I ID myself. See, since I haven't broken any laws, there is no requirement for me to ID under the law until you have that reasonable, articulable suspicion. And then under Nevada law, I've got to give you my identification, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm at RAS the minute I show up, right?
No, because all you've got is a complaint. You've got a complaint of what? Did you witness anything?
No, I didn't.
So you've got a complaint. So you've got to go hear the complaint. So before you make any decisions on your job, because I mean your job is tough, man, I give it to you.
Yeah, so I think you kind of misunderstand the difference between RAS and PC, right? If I walk in here and I'm told something by somebody that I deem as credible, it's reasonable for me to suspect you of committing a crime. Right?
What was the
I just have to suspect you of a crime. And you don't have to actually have committed it, and I don't have to prove to you that you've committed it. I just have to be able to suspect it. And when I have two independent supervisors, both with pretty similar stories, now granted, they could have war-gamed all of this stuff 5 minutes before I got here and said, we're going to say this, 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 and this, so that trooper believes us. Could that happen? Maybe. Did it happen? Probably not. Right? But if I suspect, based on the information that I've been given and the totality of the circumstances of what's going on, I suspect that you've committed a crime. And RAS, right? RAS is very, very low.
Oh, I agree. That's
very low.
And
I think it's reasonable to say you might have committed a crime.
Well, you heard me when I told you about the complaint that I want to file, and I used the words seizing my papers. I didn't use probable cause, and I didn't use warrant. I said this person did not have reasonable articulable suspicion. And that's exactly what I asked him for in the video when I questioned him. And that's what was the question that I first asked you out here. What is your reasonable articulable suspicion of an NRS and an NAC
I don't have to tell you any of that.
Well, you don't have to tell me, but at that point, you're going to try to ID me, right?
Maybe.
And if you tried to ID me, here's where I would have gone. I would have said, under Nevada law, unless you've got a reasonable articulable suspicion, IDing is not a crime. Yeah. I can refuse to ID if you don't have that. And
but how do you know that I don't have that? I don't have to tell you if I have it or not.
What you have is I've got a video camera.
Weird. So do I.
Right. So I know exactly what I've done. Now, for you to have that reasonable articulable suspicion, you can take a complaint from somebody, but their complaint is not necessarily suspicion of a crime. It's saying he did something. Now you got to come to me and hear my side of it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, sir, I've got a video camera. I categorically deny doing any of that, and I'm going to leave you in a position where you've got to do further investigation. So at that point, you've got a choice. You can arrest me for failing to ID at that point, or I probably would have ID'd. What I would have done is I would have said, are you saying that if I do not ID, that you will arrest me? So this is under threat of arrest. That's the question I would have asked you, and you would have said yes or no. If you'd said yes, let me give you my...
We didn't get to that point, did we?
Well, no, we didn't. But
this is not my first rodeo.
And I'm not going to resist you in any way at all. That's
good.
I'm not here to fight you. I'm not here to resist you. I'm here to verbally speak with you. I don't want to fight. That's the last thing I want to do in my life at this point in time. I'm a 54-year-old guy. I hurt. My bones hurt. My legs hurt. Stuff hurts after a while. Hopefully you're not there yet. But, you know, your age stuff hurts. I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to argue. I just want to fix the problem. The problem is unaccountable government.
Okay.
So
Well,
you have a good night. It's been good talking. If you want to shake hands, I'm up for that.
I don't touch anybody, and I tell everybody that. You can FOIA every one of my videos. Everybody that tries to shake my hand or give me the fist bump, I tell them the same thing. I don't touch anybody. If this was just Jeremy and Drew and I didn't have my uniform on, we would probably shake hands. But I don't touch anybody because I don't want to deal with that bullshit complaint about why'd you shake white guy's hand, but you didn't shake black guy's hand, or you didn't fist bump
Like
black
I said,
women.
you guys gotta-
You know that happens, right? Because you know people. So I just don't go there.